Yes, yes. So it'll be on our YouTube. So probably that will give you good mileage also. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
So just, I think because of my net issues, I cannot show the presentation. I've sent it to Shiny. Shiny, if you can open the presentation for me, please, or if you can share it here. Uh, Shiny? Hello, Aman? Aman? Okay. So,
Yeah, Aman is on mute.
Shiny, can you hear us? Nonetheless, let me just take you through the work that I do. So
Or
I'm a
you can also send it to me. I'll just share. Is it by mail or it's a big file?
just let me see, ma'am. Can you just give me your number, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll just type it in the chat. Okay, ma'am. Yeah, it's
Thank you. So,
Devjani can share it with. Acha, acha, okay, okay.
okay, Shiny, can you just share it because I've already shared it with you?
Yeah, yeah. I'll just share it with Gitanjali.
Yeah. My our small NGO is Koshish, a new beginning. Uh,
I think no NGO is small, Devjani.
well, it is just a baby right now. We were born on 7th December 2021. Uh, Never thought of starting an NGO in the first case because I am a hardcore corporate late person. 14 years I have been into corporate real estate, and then I slowly moved to social sector. And then we have our two other partners, a gentleman who is 27 years into aviation, another partner is with 25 years into FMB. So that is and then one day I had met Gautam Gambhir for some work, and then Gautam's team was going to some place close to the Yamuna River. They said, if you have time, join us. And I just thought of, okay, let me join them. It was a boat ride. uh, if you're familiar with Delhi, or I don't know if you're not familiar with Delhi, there is a bridge that connects Delhi to Noida, which is known as DND Bridge. And underneath flows the Yamuna River. So we took a very rickety boat from there, and we went to an island in the middle of Yamuna River. So this island, there are 80 families staying there for 75 years. And in the past 75 years, none of these people have an access to electricity, to clean water, to good, to even a toilet. And 75 years they're dwelling there. Their children have to take this rickety boat, go to the mainland, and then walk a couple of kilometers to go to their respective college and schools. Most of these people are daily laborers, so odd jobs. I felt, if I have at least 100 rupees, that means I'm privileged. Why don't I use that privilege, maybe 10 rupees out of that 100 rupees, to do something for these people? And that's when I spoke to my other two partners, and we decided that we would want to do something, but how to do? Because people can come and give donation once in a way. Then we forget. We just with our daily issues and troubles, we just forget to donate or do a particular work in hand. So we decided to launch a trust. I mean, in India, as you might all know, starting an NGO is quite expensive. So we spoke to a lot of CAs, and then we came to a conclusion that trust is the most inexpensive, but we can do a lot of charitable work staying there. It is absolutely a not-for-profit. And 21st December 2021, when Koshish was born, and that is where our journey started. So, again, then there was a question that what we will do in Koshish. There is a huge, our CA was such a kind gentleman that he put 20 deeds in that trust deed, 20 kind of work that we can do as a charity. And 20 is a huge number. So we have to select that what we exactly want to do and how we can contribute to the society. And we figured out that since we had very little money, all of us, to put in this NGO, we all working and everybody have their own responsibilities. We starting with that particular island. So I went and asked this island people that what would you like to have if I offer you something? The first thing was not the old elders who came and spoke to me, but the young kids, the young adolescents came running to me and said, Didi, can you provide us some kind of light? Because we then can study at night, mother can cook safely, and even if we go out at night for toilet, snakes won't bite us and scorpions won't bite us. So, I was so touched that these people want to change their life. They have a dream, they have a passion to do something big. Then we deliberated about giving posting lampposts there, solar lamppost. But then the moment we thought about it and approached corporation, hundreds of people came saying that this is not their land, this and that. Those 75 years they're staying, nothing has happened. So we decided to give them portable solar light, and we found a young gentleman in Noida who was assembling the solar lights, nothing from China, but made in India, and he was distributing. So we got in touch with him. And ma'am, if you can, is the presentation, can we have the presentation, ma'am?
Gitanjali, you are on mute, I think. Yeah. You are on mute, Gitanjali.
Are you able to? No, are you able to see it?
Yeah, we just saw it and then it disappeared again.
Okay. Let me just reshare it. I was just wondering whether you are not able to.
Yeah, we just saw it quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
Okay.
So without a face, you cannot actually relate to anything. So I'm putting, the first thing I do is always put faces. And I'm sorry, since of the power issue, I cannot put the video on. So here are three of us. It is me first, Devjani. Then we have our second partner, Mr. Sayani, and our third partner, Mr. Mervyn Koo. So they are the directors of the trust, but I'm the only one who runs around because I have some spare time to run around. And the other ones are always traveling, and so not possible for them to run around. But yeah, whenever they have time, they do join the programs. So this is our team. Ma'am, if you can go to the next slide, please.
Yeah, keep saying next, so I'll just change it.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
So this is the program where we start. So we align with the United Nations SDG goals. And the first is 7, which is affordable and clean energy. Now, as we all know, so once, we thought about the solar lights, I did a research. And I think everybody will be surprised to know that officially in India, there are 43 lakh families without electricity. And I'm not talking about the remote areas. I'm talking about rural, peri-urban, and urban areas. And this is an official figure. This might be a huge number across India. So though we always say India is shining and India is, everybody has electricity, but no, they do not have electricity. Many parts of Delhi, UP, Chhattisgarh, the tribal belts of Jharkhand, even the tourist hub of Goa, there are, corners and parts where the electricity has not reached. And solar energy is something which I think all of us should be very focused on now, because as we advance, we all can see the global climate change. And I think solar energy is one thing that can help us a lot. So next slide, ma'am. Our first program was solar distribution, which we started in 2022. These are the various photos. And if you can see on your very left, after getting solar light, this was the first time the children actually celebrated Mother's Day. So the solar light, we were not even aware that the Mother's Day was very close to, I mean, around the distribution time. So the moment we distributed the light, few days later, we got a photo from this kid saying that, you know, Didi, the best thing happened was that we got a small cake and we celebrated Mother's Day, and our mother was the happiest. She cried and cried. So this 80 families now have light, so they are safe at night. The women can, the people can go out in the toilet or the ground. Women can cook safely. They no more have to worry about cockroaches or lizards falling in the food. And the best and the most rewarding for us was that the kids can now study late at night. So even if their parents go to sleep, they study without thinking about candle being going off or the kerosene lamps. So yes, this is the reward that we get. And next slide, ma'am. Our next is, so the next thing is education. And I feel any society, any nation needs to grow. Education is the main backbone of that nation. So there are a lot of NGOs who comes there and educates children, but there are very few NGO who actually think of giving these study materials to the children, because most of the children whom the NGOs educate come from very, very underprivileged background. So how will they buy their study material? So we thought of providing study material, and we align with SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 4, better education, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. So the first photo, if you can see, is Kajal Kumari. Kajal is a daughter of a daily laborer. He was laid off from his factory a couple of, just before COVID. Since then, he has no stable job. Mother is a house help, and she is the oldest of the other three siblings. Despite all that trouble, she, with the help of Kosish, has passed her class 12. She's just gone to class 12, and she is dreaming to appear for UPSC exam. And, it is amazing that how focused she is. She, throughout the day, she has got a smartphone. So instead of watching what the young girls or boys of her age would do, watching movies or, reels that we so much are nowadays fascinated about, or even taking selfie, this girl goes to the Google and keeps searching about what to do and how to study and prep for UPSC exam. Next slide. Kajal recently lost most of her belongings to the Yamuna flood.
Oh.
Next slide, ma'am. This is a report of one of her friend and neighbor, Jyoti Kumari. This girl has one passion, and she wants to be a teacher and simultaneously a nurse. So on the 10th grade, she got about 50%. And when she appeared for 12th, she passed with a whooping 75%. Staying in those hostile conditions, they never complain. Next slide, ma'am. Our next is SDG 4, quality education, and SDG 5, gender equality. So we believe that every child has a right to study and have a better future. As you can see, these are the four bright students. The first with me is Rita, Kajal, who, as I just mentioned, wants to be appear for UPSC. Then we have Jyoti in a yellow t-shirt. She is appearing for her B.Ed. She wants to be a teacher. Then in a white salwar with me is Rita. She is in the 7th grade, but she has a focused mind that she also wants to become a teacher. And she has got amazing magic in her hand. She makes wonderful handicraft, giving any kind of paper that you give her. Then we have this orange t-shirt, Anjali. This child was studying, but she was pulled out of her school at the age of 16. She just turned 16 this year. because her father has lost a limb, cannot go for work. Mother is a house help, and she has got 4 more siblings under her. So she, even if she wants to study, poverty does not allow her to study. She, as a 16-year-old girl, goes with her mother to work as a house help. Now, my question to everyone is that if a 16-year-old girl is coming to our house as a maid, as a help, then do we allow her to work? If we really think as a society, instead of allowing that girl to work in our house, I would rather give her money. I mean, whatever salary I'm giving her, I would give her that money to finish her education. But our society doesn't think like that. So Anjali, we from Koshish, we are trying our best to put Anjali back to school. But the bigger problem is her family. How do we support her family? So we are trying to solve that issue. Next. This is again to do with education. Since I work with an American NGO, I'm a consultant. So it takes me across India to various remote places. So once I visited a remote village in Dibrugarh, where there are only tea gardens. And I saw this small school, which was established in 1947. Now, since 1947, the school never got a coat of fresh paint or, good flooring. But there are so many kids studying. So this time we raised some funds and I went back. And now the school, after 1947, for the first time, got a fresh coat of paint, got green boards, and we have a bunch of happy kids. The only thing now we have to do is put some fans because it becomes very hot in the summer. So we are trying to arrange for the same. Next slide, please. Our next program is Disability is Your Ability. Now we feel that India is one of those countries who are not specially able friendly at all. We don't have any special program for the specially able. We do not include them in our daily lives, and there are very few options for the specially able to have a normal daily routine like we do. So our aim is to go and figure out the young adolescents who have special abilities, who are specially able or differently able, but have some kind of talent in their hand, so that they can sell them and sponsor their education. One example is our first case was Devjani. She's a girl from Calcutta and suffers from a very special dwarfism. Her limbs are extremely small and her head is extremely big. But she is a magician. She can do anything. I mean, she makes amazing candles and diyas and Christmas cards. So last year, she was struggling to pay for her first year college because her father works as a cable operator. So finance is very limited and mother suffers from that. I mean, she takes dialysis, insulin, so huge medical expenditure. So she almost was out of her college when we stepped in. And Devduti, during Diwali and Christmas, sold her products and she earned almost 10,000. And fortunately, she's back in college and thriving. These are some of her products. And next slide, we have some more products of her. So these are the products that she makes with a lot of pain and a lot of love. So we feel that disability should not be something that should stop a person living a normal life and filling their dreams. Everybody has the right to dream. Everybody has a right to live equally in the society. So it is inclusiveness and equality. Next slide, please. So yeah, in between we do small work like helping people who have got flooded in Yamuna, the victims. We give them food or dry food, old clothes. Then during winter we go around in Delhi and we give blankets. So these are the small miscellaneous work that we do. But our main 3 programs I have already discussed. So yes, thank you all for your time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'll just stop sharing. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
great work.
Yeah, it's a wonderful to know the wonderful work that you have been doing,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm sure because all of us know that any volunteer work is not easy.
I think one question I
Yes,
have
Mr.
for
Reddy.
Devyani.
Yes, Mr.
So,
Reddy.
this is a very good idea you have got here. Good work there. So, one
Yes.
thing have you considered is, say there is a need, you're identifying the need,
Yes.
and you are trying to provide it within your means, isn't it? So,
Yes, Mr. Reddy.
is there a local government agencies and the local who are responsible for the well-being of the people? Are you connecting these people to those resources, the government resources, or the
Uh,
or
you know- yes,
you know?
Mr. Reddy, I've got your question. I will answer
Yeah.
to that. So, when I started this conversation, at the very beginning, I had told you that in India, starting an NGO is quite a task.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
the first 3 years, any
Mm,
trust, I mean, I'm not talking about the foundation or the bigger NGOs, a trust like
yeah.
us,
Yeah.
the new rule of government is that we cannot ask any fund or grant from government or any corporate company, CSR fund. So only after 3 years, we can ask for government grant or corporate fund. And after 5 years, we can apply for FCRA, which will allow us to get foreign funds.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, when this is one part of it, the other
Mm,
part is going to the government agencies like corporation, municipality, local councillor is a
mhm,
huge headache because if we take example of this small island on the Yamuna River, they are
mhm,
staying there for 75 years.
mhm,
Um, None of the parties, whoever was ruling in the past
mhm,
and the present, have
mhm.
ever bothered to do anything for them. Only
Yeah.
during COVID,
Yeah. Yeah.
they one of the political party member had gone there, given them Aadhaar, and making them promise that if you give me vote, I'll give you an Aadhaar card. So that was
Mhm,
the only thing in 75 years that these people have got.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
when they see that some
Mhm,
external person is coming to their territory and doing some work, they
mhm,
start creating a lot of issue. So
mhm,
recently, I was in. I mean, last year we were in Vrindavan, which is again a huge tourist area. Just
mhm,
20 kilometers from Vrindavan, there is a village which has no electricity. So
mhm.
I wanted to repeat the similar pattern over there, giving solar
Correct.
light.
Yeah.
First, I had an objection from the local councillor saying that it is my ward and I'm going to take care.
Mhm,
Second came a local rich man
mhm,
who is more like a royalty, though not a
mhm,
royalty, but he considers himself a royalty, and he literally threatened me and
mhm,
my team that if you do anything in my area, I will make
mhm.
sure that you never come back here again.
I mean, what was his sort of
No, so
motives?
the psychology is that it is my area. If somebody else comes and does a better work, I might lose my importance. I might lose my power. So it is a huge. It is the elephant in the room that we never want to discuss.
That is what I'm trying to say. We are not asking for funds. We are just saying this need is here. Connect these people to the right people and make them educate them what their rights are, what they can do, how they can activate
Mr.
within the
Reddy,
kids. Yeah.
unless an NGO in India is very well connected, either with the government or with some celebrity, the
Mhm.
grassroots NGOs always struggle here because there's a
Yeah.
lot of power play, there's a lot of politics within our nation,
Yeah. Correct.
and
Correct.
nobody
Yeah.
wants anybody else to thrive because the moment somebody underneath you thrives, then you lose your power. So
Understood.
we
Yeah. That's always. That's
and philanthropy in India is zero. I'm very sorry to say, but we in India and any religion, be it, we will rather go and give milk and ghee in a temple. Spend money on chadars and candles in our respective religious places. But those same people will not pay a penny to a beggar sitting outside the temple. So my question is that why do we need to spend thousands of rupees pouring ghee and milk on a statue and not 5 rupees to a person who is really hungry sitting out of the temple? So did God in any religion say that I'll be happy if you keep pouring things on me and keep giving me jewelry and keep giving me fruits, and I'll not be happy if you really help somebody who is living, who is alive?
So if you see in that context what you're talking, if you see the
Yes.
mindset of the people is what needs to be changed, isn't it? It's
Yes,
see
sir.
they are
Absolutely.
believing in something. They are believing in that religion or religious whatever habits or but that is where I think we need to start working on how do I change the mindset of the youngest generation who is coming up and say, can we break the cycle of these habits of thing? That's where I thought, can NGOs start making a difference to the next
Mr.
generation?
Reddy,
Yeah,
as we say, charity begins
yeah.
at home. This
Oh yeah,
also
yeah,
will only this also will begin at home. A point very valid that you just mentioned, that
yeah.
the younger generation. So
Hmm.
we need to teach the children in our families that whatever they see, they learn. So if we start teaching them at a very young age that help others who need your help because you are privileged, they are not
Yeah,
privileged, be it an
yeah,
animal, be it a human being,
yeah.
then only they will learn. But if we do not teach them at home, how do we expect them to grow and learn?
Understood. Yeah, it's not easy, I know.
NGOs cannot go to every home, create awareness, because NGOs reach out to people who already are with a certain mindset. They're grown up
Yeah,
people. To break that mindset, that a century old tradition is a huge task.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Got it. We have to scale it out. Yeah, that's the
yes.
problem.
Yeah. So only thing
But
is, once you start teaching at your home to your own, children at home, and that this is
what?
how.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, what we are at least from our club, what we are trying to do is we do this just NGO type of it, directly trying to help people, but also we are finding what are the sources of resources that are available in and around, and connect them, basically connect the people to those resources, and ask them to keep trying parallelly, because we are not asking them for funds. We are just saying this is where you have the right to ask for. This is the procedure. You can go through this process. It may take 1 year or 2 years, but keep attempting it, and don't even, they are not even aware of it. That's what I'm saying. Making them aware of their rights and responsibilities and who are the leaders around MLAs or whoever. I think that is education of their
Uh,
civic education. I think I'm
Mr.
asking that.
Reddy, Mr.
Mm,
Reddy, the people I work with, they're absolutely
mhm.
aware of the councillors and MLA, MP of those
Okay.
areas because
Okay.
they have gone and knocked doors, I think, more than 100 times. But
Mm.
these people are only used for vote or for hard labor.
So,
They are
Yeah.
considered
Devjani,
as people.
can I
Yes,
interrupt
yes,
you?
Mohan sir,
Yeah.
please.
Gotcha.
Okay, what Ishwar is telling,
Yeah.
see, you don't have to go to councillor or MLA or a minister every
Yes,
time.
sir.
Okay, if you are aware, there are a lot of feature function, what you call facilities available, which are like, for example, there is a in Karnataka, at least I do not know about Delhi. Bhagya Lakshmi is a insurance for all the anybody. You don't
Hmm.
have to go and talk to any counselor. You have to just go to the respective ward office. Here we call it as BBMP,
Yes,
and
sir.
tell them that these are the people who need this. They give it. There is nothing like you don't have to fight. Now what we are trying to say is connect.
Yeah.
You
Right.
Yeah.
have to be first aware what are all the facilities which you can get very easily, and
Mhm.
go and get it for them. Get the health insurance. Get them to public health centers are there.
Hmm.
So can
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
connect to them?
Yeah.
You don't have
So
to meet the minister. You have to go and meet the PHC doctor and say that, can I bring these people? And for what I understand, they are very happy. They are only saying that we have everything, we have equipment, but we don't have people. We don't
Right.
get people to come and
yeah,
support.
exactly.
True, true.
Connect with them. What we are
Yeah.
trying to see, Devjani,
Yes, sir.
you cannot fight the system.
No,
Okay, if
I
you're
cannot.
stepping into that mode, you will
Yeah.
nothing will happen. You
I'll
have to be
perish.
more positive. You have to be positive to say that there are things
Yeah.
that we can do.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Yeah. Work
Okay.
with
Yeah.
it and nudge them. Nudge them. You see, you're not going to see it's like a working with them as much as possible and nudge them little bit, little bit. As you said,
Right,
it's a
Mm,
huge ship to navigate, isn't it? It's not
right.
possible to just turn the ship
yeah.
around as quickly as we want. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I
And
think a great
many a
job.
times,
Yeah.
Devjani, there are what we have to do is the government, each and every government, whichever is, I mean,
Yes, yes, sir.
so there are things which are meant to be given to people who are below the poverty line,
Right,
and
ma'am.
many a times these people don't have access to the information itself.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
area you can also work apart from all the wonderful work you are doing is get them access to those information and onboard them on that. Okay,
Wonderful. Sure.
Yeah.
yeah, because each of these, I'm sure, like since now they have the Aadhaar card, that there is, if I'm not wrong, now after the government is in place, there's an X number. I think it's from the central government. I'm not very sure, but a X number, X amount of money will directly go to all people who are having Aadhaar and who are below the poverty line.
Right, ma'am.
Okay, it may not be a big amount, but certainly
Yeah.
that will help them a lot. Okay,
Yes.
Supplement. Yeah.
Yeah.
as
And
Supplement.
as Mohan sir was mentioning about
Yeah.
the insurance, that
Right.
that's where many of them, they don't even, they are not even aware of it, because each state has its own typical insurance schemes,
Very true.
especially for the poor people. So probably, like, you can help them enroll for it. I
correct.
mean, they may
And
not be knowing it. Yeah.
this gives them up to 5 lakh per person free.
Hmm.
So you don't have to meet anybody, you don't have to fight.
Yes.
But you can actually find out what it is and get them those cards. No? So that may need Aadhaar card, as Geeta
Mm.
said, you have to
Yeah.
get Aadhaar card.
Yeah.
So, and just before I close, I wanted to also caution you. I mean, you seem to be having a lot of bitter experience. So you have to come out of it. You cannot be affected by what you read in the newspaper, what you see, or what is behavior of people. The reason is, recently I approached HCL.
Hmm.
They are giving quite a lot of funds for any NGO. We applied for on behalf of an NGO.
Right, sir.
They came back saying this is a good project, but that NGO is an activist. We cannot support you.
Okay.
So that is a caution to you. The moment you talk negative, you
Yes.
become an activist. Don't be an activist. Don't be another. What
Absolutely.
there are so many activists already there. They all have earned a bad name. So,
We don't need more activists in our country.
so don't be an activist, but be an active person. Okay. So that's
Thank you, Mohan sir. That was wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, you're doing
That's good.
wonderful work, and
Thank you so
as
much,
far as,
everyone.
yeah, as far as I mean, what I see as a connect between you and Rotary E-Connect. First of all, yeah, most welcome to become a member of our club. The other thing is, probably we can use your connects, and like in identifying the beneficiaries. We cannot help everyone, but if we feel that like it aligns with the objective of our
Yes, absolutely.
club, then like some of the projects which we are also planning is like how we can help remote students
Yeah.
by gifting them the solar lanterns. Okay,
Right.
so all these areas, because you are working at the grassroots level, the people, and in that way you can keep us informed about the needs, the requirements,
Sure.
and wherever we feel that it's feasible to reach out, definitely we will like
Oh,
to.
that is wonderful. That is wonderful. And you have my presentation. You can share it with everyone. And it's
Sure.
wonderful to know amazing people like you. I mean, thank you so much for
Most
welcoming me.
welcome. And most welcome. And as Mohan sir was saying, not all NGOs are bad. Rotary International is one of the
Oh,
most
no, no, no. I have known Rotary since my childhood. So,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And
So,
I mean, I know what Rotary does. Rotary is extremely active in every state
yeah,
in
yeah.
India. And not only state, I have seen, in Nagaland, in the remote parts of Nagaland, where other NGOs have not reached, I had seen two Rotary guys, only two of them though, but they were doing an excellent job
Mhm.
up in the
Yes, yes.
hills.
Same here with Rotary E-Connect. You will, though we are, as part of the alignment, we are a Bangalore-based but online club, but our work spans all over India. Mohesh, you will see here, he is actually from West Karbi Anglong, where we are
Ah,
doing lot of work. In fact, last almost 2.5 years. So yes, like we try to reach out those people, needy people, where other NGOs don't reach out. Okay, so in that way, yes, we can always get connected and see where we can collaborate and coordinate. Okay,
thank you,
and you're
Nita.
most welcome to join any of our meetings. We meet every Saturday, and you have the link. You can join anytime on
Thank
any
you.
of the weeks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Reddy, for your wonderful
Thank you.
inputs. Thank you, Mr. Mohan, for your inputs also. And
No
Yeah,
problem.
thank
yeah.
you. I will log out now. Thank you so much for your time and
Thank you,
patience.
thank
Thank you,
you,
guys.
Devjani.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
bye, bye,
Wish
bye,
you
Bye.
bye.
wish you good
Bye.
luck. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
Bye.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so any other thing, Priya? Any update? Whether all the payments have come?
Oh my God, I haven't done that payment. Yeah, I forgot.
Because we have received the invoice today, I
Invoice?
think.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to do it today.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Priya, are you there? Achha, Priya is also in a meeting. Poor thing. She
Oh,
mentioned
is
and
it?
completely
Okay,
forgot.
okay, okay.
Her association
Let's
meeting is
let's
happening.
ask Sanika and
Yeah,
Felicia
yeah. I was
anything
about
they
to
have.
count. Hi,
Yeah.
Sanika. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Uh, how is I heard that too much of rain happening in Bombay and Pune.
Yeah, for last 2 to 5 days, there's lot of rain happening over here, but we are used to it now. So this we see this scene every year, so it isn't new for us.
Okay. Okay, so now you're in Pune or you're in Pune only,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'm in Pune.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
ठीक है, ठीक है. So any progress on that link I had shared
Yeah,
in
yes, ma'am. Actually, I first visited some doctors. I talked to them and I asked them about this because I'm not a professional. Even if I go through the device, what would I ask them? So I first my known doctors. So I asked them some questions about it. The thing is, relating to diabetes, this device isn't that useful, I think, because then they're using the sweat methods. The sweat, by that, I mean, they're conducting this test
uh,
only by the sweat method. That is why the blood glucose isn't that reliable. The
perfect.
difference is around 40%, ma'am. So
Oh,
40% difference is too much.
too much. Yeah, yeah,
I
I know.
mean, when yeah, and that is only for blood glucose. The other things, ECG or HB and all, is fine. But the
Mm,
blood glucose, not even HB. For HB also, we need the blood glucose, right? So
mm,
that two things. Apart from that, oxygen, ECG and all is fine. It's fine for everyone. I mean, even for a healthy person or some
mm,
patients or something, so it
mm.
is fine for everyone, but that two things is not right for even a healthy person.
Okay, okay.
because he wouldn't know when he is gradually going towards the being patient. So
Mhm.
it isn't right, I am thinking so. And I have also mailed the
Yeah.
company, so
Okay,
they'll brief me about the device more. But
okay.
till that was
Maybe you
my.
can, yeah, yeah, you can invite them to our meeting, one of the meeting, and they can do the presentation just to know more about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So just to brief others, this is about a device which is, I think it's a Hyderabad-based company,
Yeah,
right?
Hyderabad based company. The device name is Aiva. Yeah.
Ariva. Ah, okay, okay. So which claims to measure diabetes, okay, sugar level, just as a wearable device, right?
No, it's not wearable actually.
I
Uh,
forgot also, yeah.
so it's not wearable. It's
Uh,
I think, yeah, but it can be carried.
okay, okay.
It's a small device. It's not a big device or
Mhm.
something. But
Yeah.
the thing is, they aren't using the blood. That is the
Uh,
only
yeah, yeah. No pricking.
trouble
No
in
pricking.
this.
Now I remember.
Yeah, there is no pricking, so they won't be
Yeah.
using blood to measure blood glucose. That's the
Oh, okay.
only this
Okay, okay. ठीक है, ठीक
trouble
है.
in this thing.
Good, good. Thanks for digging deep into it. And yes, now we have Felicia also. Now she will be coordinating with the rotaractors and interactors. So hopefully they will always be be active, and let's hope for doing good projects in future together with them also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it for today, and thank you everyone for
Thank
joining.
you.
Anything,
Yeah. Have a
Kishorji,
good
you
evening.
wanted to say? Sorry.
No, for me, I think the auditorium invoice we submitted last week. I think I'm waiting for
Yeah,
the
Kayan, I
payment to
saw
be
it.
done. I believe there is a Rotary signatories have changed in the month of July, and the bank needs to be updated. So there is some
Yeah.
delay there, and the work is little bit disrupted. It
Mm,
looks like at the site because of this payments
mm,
delay again.
okay.
So I'm working
I
with the
will.
Prithvi. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you want me to remind on WhatsApp to Kalyan?
I I have been reminding daily. I wrote to Rajendra Rai
Okay,
also, and he is in Hong Kong, I believe.
okay.
So he sent a
Yeah,
note to Venkat or somebody in the trust. So yeah, I'm
okay.
following up through
Okay,
that.
then
Yeah,
no. Yeah, yeah,
I think today
yeah.
he
Okay.
updated me. Tuesday they will make payment. Yeah.
Okay, okay. ठीक है. Good, good. So we will sit for that library
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
discussion.
I'll set it up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sure, definitely.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
And please make sure that all of you will attend the meeting on the 29th of this month. Okay,
Yeah,
without fail.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.